There we go. Hello and welcome to Politically Incorrect Knitters. My name is Ann Pinkova, joined as always by the lovely Deplorable Knitter.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. And I apologize for being late. It was me today. My phone, my phone that's supposed to be able to do everything, didn't have 4G internet. It just kept buffering. Like, what is going on here, people? Is that what I pay for?
Yeah. Oh,
But
and this episode is sponsored by the lovely Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. You can get her yarns at chickenladyfiberarts.com. Use our code PIK School20 for 20% off your order and get beautiful things like our own particular colorway, the Politically Incorrect Knitters yarn. It's
yes,
beautiful.
it's very pretty. I just got it on the MCM base that she has, the chunky cashmere or something. And it is so pretty, and I'm very happy about it. So that's exciting. Yeah, let me tell you guys about this week, okay? and today being late and my internet not working, it's pretty much it sums up my week pretty accurately. So I have 2 kids, and on Monday the little one went for a well child check, and they were given a clean bill of health, look great, we'll see you in a year, blah blah. I come home, the older one has 101 fever. I'm like, okay, well, I can deal with this, not a big deal, right? And then on Tuesday, the little one starts crying a lot, and they are not a crier. So I'm like, they're getting sick too. So on Tuesday, it was me and 2 kids in the bed. I was like, told my husband, I'm like, you're out of luck. You got to go. Because that way, if they wake me up, it's better. And then by Thursday, the big one was getting better, and the little one had a double ear infection and double pink eye. And on Wednesday, I fell in a hole and I sprained my ankle. And today, my internet wouldn't work. And of course, this is just par for the course at this point. So I know nothing. I do nothing. Last night I did watch a movie with the family, and I finished this hat, which, because I had to use my computer because the internet's bad, you can't see as well. But it's I was working on this pattern a while ago. It's a little pattern that's gonna be coming out. I'll take some pictures and put them up on Instagram because can't see it that well in this light, unfortunately. So, did your dog step on a bee? I don't have a dog, but that would have probably happened if I did have one. But I swear, I was telling Ann, if I told people about what was going on, it sounds fake. It just sounds like I'm making stuff up. Oh, and I rear-ended my mother-in-law with our new car the other day too. So I'm telling you, I'm about batting 0 for 1,000 or whatever, because I just. So that's life here. But hey, I did knit. I crocheted actually, because co-op started this week. I was the only one that went. My kids were too sick to go yesterday. So, but here, aww. This is the bunny that we're making in the crochet class. This is our first animal. And I wasn't finishing him on Thursday. I was totally together. I had it all together. Don't worry. But this is done. And then in my knitting in the round class, I showed you guys this, but it's done. And it's just a little ear warmer. And the kids were so excited. They thought it was great. And I'm like, because as a person who's been knitting a while, I'm like, it's just a little thing. And they were like, that's so cool. We're going to make that. And I was like, it was exciting. I was happy about that. And then all I've wanted to do for the past week is knit and work on things, and I haven't had time. So I started this last night. It's my stained glass spirals pattern. I got some acrylic yarn at Michael's. I think it's a rainbow acrylic. I'm using gray as my contrast, and I'm doing a craft show next weekend. And so I'm just making some stuff that's easy care that I can put in my craft show that people can buy, hopefully, and it'll be super great. So That's what's going on here. And that's why when Anne talks about the news, I'm just going to sit here and smile and maybe interject some comments, but I've got nothing. I all of my energy went into making sure that my kids were not crying. There's a lot of it. There's so much crying this week.
Keeping small humans alive. It's a good use of your time.
Usually it's easier. My kids are very, knock on wood, never get sick. So this is an anomaly, but I was not prepared at all.
At that, at least it's both of them at once then, which is annoying.
Yeah, get it over with. And but yeah, just so much stuff. They had a class that they were going to take this week that was starting, and then the co-op and just different things that we missed out on. And I was totally bummed, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me. I am a sad sack, but we finally everybody slept last night, so that means we're on the upswing.
Oh, good.
So what about you, Anne? What about your adventures in Pittsburgh, or is it Pittsburgh?
It is Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't had too many adventures since Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I've been working more. I have the sleeves for my sweater, so
Ooh.
so they're all nice and doing.
And you're doing them 2 at a time?
Yes. I am.
That's a good plan, because you don't get stuck with the one sleeve, one sock, one whatever.
Yeah. Though I always have to pause in the correct spot. I can't pause when they're separate, because otherwise I'd get confused.
Oh yeah, no, that would be terrible.
But yeah, so these are lovely. They're only little short sleeves now, but yeah, that's going great. And there was one point where I had mussed the cable, and I had to drop down the entire section to redo the cable up. And when you're sitting there oh please.
Were you scared? Well. That sounds scary.
It is scary. It's no good. But everything was fine in the end.
Good.
And also I have working on this buddy boy. And it's pretty much the same as it was before, except bigger. But cool. Yeah, I am. It's a blanket on the diagonal, so I only have so much yarn, so I'm about to turn back around and go the other way. But yeah, that's nice and straightforward TV knitting.
That's good. Good. And I love the sweater. I've not yet worked on mine. I'm hoping after the craft show, because I'm still doing some, excuse me. I don't know if you guys do this, but I have, 6 hats that just need crown decreases, and I haven't done them. Do you guys do that, or is that just a me thing? Because, yeah, I would have. I can't find any more knitting needles. I had to decrease this hat to get the knitting needles. That's what happened. That's why it got finished. But I don't know. I think, and maybe it's because I design. I've got some with slip stitches, and there's knit through the back loop with a slip stitch and knit through the back loop. And so to decrease it, you can't just go around and decrease and decrease. You've got to kind of make it work with the pattern. Right. And so Neil says it's a me thing. Thanks a lot, Neil. But I think that's what it is. 3 of them are the same slip stitch pattern, and I just have to sit there and look at it and think about how it should decrease, and then it will be done. But can't say I've ever done that either. I think it's because of the designing aspect of it. That's my guess.
Right. Got to find a new way to decrease every time.
Yeah. Okay, Yolanda's on my side. If you have to do a math pause, it makes sense. Yeah, that's what it is. I knit all the bodies of them because I knew what that was going to be, and then I got to the crown and I went, oh shit, I don't know what this is. But I'm telling you, man.
Also, shout out to Brenda in the chat, because she's already finished her first sweater of the 2 sweater challenges. What? She is well and ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was getting at. I wanted to finish my sweater, but I haven't had time. Right. That's where it came from. Congratulations, Brenda. That's amazing. You should be awed and revered or something like that. Right. Anne's whatever, shut up.
Hey, finishing a sweater is a big deal.
It is a big deal. Cool. So let's see. While everyone was sick, I got to listen to a book. It was not as good as Odyssey Tale by Cody Schlegel because, okay, so this book I was listening to, I haven't finished it yet, but it's about the Titanic, and it's called Sinkable. It's talking about why the Titanic wasn't unsinkable, how many shipwrecks there are, different. It's really, really interesting, but it got political. It's talking about the freaking Titanic, and then it's like talking about climate change, and it's all this, and I'm like, you know,
like, we could use some climate change, a little less ice would help them.
Right. But all of a sudden I was like, I'm really into it because I'm kind of nerdy. I've always been into the Titanic, like a lot, dorky into the Titanic. And so I'm like, this is so cool. I can't wait to see what this guy has to say. And now I'm not sure I'm going to finish it, honestly, because it got all weird. And I'm like, hey, but if you hate it when that happens, you can read Odyssey Tale. And if you are wanting to try your luck, you can always enter to win by commenting on our episode. And there's going to be a politically incorrect knitters bag in the deal this time. And there are only 3 in existence. I own one. Anne will own one when I meet her. And you, lucky winner, will own one. And you will be part of the elite crowd that is us. Sorry. I haven't had much sleep, so guys, you get what you get. But enter to win on this episode. It's going to be our September giveaway. So good luck and Godspeed. And sorry it's a week late because life.
That's all right.
So that's that. And then you haven't had any adventures? You've been doing just normal chilling stuff?
I've just been working on these sleeves. So just normal hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Probably will later today, but we'll see.
Good. Brenda wants that bag. Enter to win. You can be part of the IT club. Sorry,
That's okay. No, I was just sorry. I was reading what Morgan said, that she visited an exhibit about the Titanic, and there was an activity where you put your hands in the water that's close to the temperature that night.
That's pretty cool. Since you're in charge, Anne, if you want to put them up, all you have to do is click on the comment.
Of course.
Just so you know. Because of the snafu today, Anne is in charge, which is not how it usually goes. So exactly. That sounds awesome, Morgan. I would have loved to do that. But
anyways, on to the news. I think the biggest news story this week, besides the Queen's ongoing funeral, the official funeral's on Monday. And I mean, there's a couple little stories with that. There was a couple MPs that were caught jumping the line, and which is the worst of all scandals in a polite England. David Benson stood in line for 12 hours, just like everybody else. But anyways, so that went on. Various people, there's been some hecklers and some protesters that have been arrested. That somebody tried to move to touch the Queen's casket, and the police were very quick to stop that.
Interesting. Right. Have you noticed all of the knitting people who are so angry about the Queen dying? Have you noticed that, or is that just me?
I've seen some of them, but it is weird.
It's really weird, and it's if you guys haven't seen it, these people are like angry because they were colonizers, and they're mad because of all the terrible things that the monarchy has done and stuff. But I think, like, over the years, wasn't she kind of progressive with some of that stuff?
Well, she was, but I mean, okay, I've said it before. As far as colonization goes, honestly, you want to beg that you're colonized by England.
Right.
If you have to choose out of a hat, you don't want to be colonized France, Spain, Portugal. Very much beat up the locals, take the resources, see ya. And a couple people, I mean, it's the opposite is true that they're like, oh, well, England came and they didn't build anything. England built a lot. They're very, Napoleon joked that they were a nation of shopkeepers, but they're very infrastructure focused, very, they built roads and brought education and the rest of it. That in India particularly, and not that everything was good in India, I'm just saying that.
Right.
But that there was people in place who said, every Indian should have just as good an education as everyone in England. Set that out straight. And, and that really did help bring India into more of the forefront of a world power later. So.
Yeah, and Neil was saying that Belgium was the worst. I don't know what Belgium did. I don't know why they were the worst, but yeah.
And also, I don't know, it frustrates me with the idea of colonization, that it's like, oh yeah, colonization. Nobody does that now. China, of course. I'd say less colonization, more like full-on empire mindset. And even things like the EU and the World Economic Forum, like having your mentality that you want to push among other people, like, oh no, well, we're against colonization, but I'm all for build back better. Like, no.
Right. No, I mean, you can go back in history and find bad things about anything, I guess, is kind of why I'm like, I don't get it exactly, because yeah, people aren't perfect. They're people. That's life. I don't know. But all these people who are so mad that the queen died and she's getting like a royal funeral and stuff, well, she was the queen. I mean, that's what happens.
Oh, she was, she's the queen. She's universally respected, which is incredible. And, the, kindness and care throughout the Commonwealth is amazing. That, the gal had one job and she spent her entire life trying to do it well and honorably. And she did.
Yep.
Amazing.
I mean, she did everything for that. I mean, she ruled for what, 70 years? That's insane. It's just, yeah. Whatever. People are going to be petty no matter what. I just found it interesting that the yarn community had such a lot to say about it. I mean, I didn't realize that the queen was such a, Neil says that Nelson Mandela got 10 days of mourning too. Yep. So anyway, didn't mean to get off on that, but it's just one of those things that I don't get. I don't get it. So
it's crazy. But all that to say, other big news story this week, that DeSantis shipping the 50 migrants to Martha's Vineyard. And I got a Yahoo News thing. People say fake news, for real fake news, because the Yahoo News bulletin says that sadistic lie that dozens of people were, promised a plane ticket to Martha's Vineyard. And now they can't make their way off the island. Yeah, stupidest thing. No, 50 people were shipped there, and immediately they called 125 National Guard members to get them bussed out.
Yeah.
All those, and there's a couple screen caps I saw from, people kind of sniping back and forth on Martha's Vineyard saying, oh no, we have to get the migrants out. And it's like, but you have 2 houses. Maybe you should house some of them. No.
Well, yeah.
They're not refugees here, are they?
But I heard people on the other side saying, well, Martha's Vineyard, a lot of the people that live there now are just regular people, and so it's not fair. But also I don't know. Well, why can't Martha's Vineyard have them? We have them everywhere else. They're shipping them to my city. So why is Martha's Vineyard got a state of emergency for 50 of them?
Exactly. And there's government planes shipping people from the border to Republican cities. That is a Biden program. But only 50 migrants being shipped to Martha's Vineyard. Everyone loses their mind.
Yeah. I don't get it, Anne. So they have taken care of that problem now. Now what happens?
It's I'm not sure. It's very interesting though, because like it was mentioned that Joe Biden scrambled the cabinet, to get this problem fixed. It's like, well, you certainly didn't for Texas. You didn't care for Arizona. You didn't care for any of those places. And I think that's a brilliant move on DeSantis' part to kind of change the narrative that way.
Yeah, and I think that's why people are so frustrated. It's not just that it shows the hypocrisy really well. That whole thing, oh, you're so mad about it being in Martha's Vineyard, it shows that it's not really about the people coming, it's about where they're going and things like that.
Right.
You got emergency out there?
Yeah, I think we have competing traffic noises.
Yeah, sorry guys. This office gets hot though. I had to open the window.
That's right. Oh, so connection with DeSantis, that Gavin Newsom challenged DeSantis to a debate.
For what?
I don't know. I think it's because Newsom fancies himself a prospective presidential candidate, and he actually said, "I'll bring my hair gel. And you can bring your hairspray." And sir, he has refused to debate his challenger for the governor's spot. So what do you mean to accomplish?
What is he getting at with DeSantis? DeSantis is on the other side of the country, got nothing to do with him.
I don't know. I think in some twisted way, Newsom, even if he doesn't believe it's true, wants to project that California is the best of us. So, and obviously Florida. What?
Is he high?
Maybe. I don't know. Too much of hair gel. And that Florida is obviously the worst. And, all of those people dying in Florida every day of diseases, whatever. Anyways, it's totally the fixed mentality too, that only living in a news bubble would make you think that California was better. But.
Yeah, Florida's the worst if you like to walk on sidewalks that don't have needles or feces or, people camping on them and assaulting you. I think that that's elitist and wrong for us to think that that's a good thing. So, Hochul's refusing to debate Lee Zeldin. That's because Hochul is... I don't have anything nice to say about her, but I'm sure she's not wanting to debate Lee Zeldin because she's an idiot. So,
and also, okay, so not debating your opponent is bad form anytime, but not debating your opponent when you're not elected, you're appointed is iffy.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about her. She acts like she's got all of our best interests at heart and that we're the ones that wanted her. Nobody picked her. They stupidly chose Cuomo, which is just as bad, but she's let the power go to her head like she's some sort of... It would be like if Kamala were to be president, acting like everybody wanted her. No, you couldn't even get through the primary on your own. You rode on a dude's coattails, which, you say you're so much better than all the guys, but no. And that's the thing. That's the thing with Hochul. She rode on Cuomo's coattails. Nobody really cared about her because, they were picking Cuomo, and now we've got her. So anyway, I don't like her, if you guys didn't notice. She's a scourge on the face of New York State, telling me that I should leave because I don't agree with her. She can bite me. Anyway.
That's right. No, and also, sorry, going down the news list, speaking of Kamala Harris. So
do we have to?
Unfortunately, that she did a interview with Chuck Todd, and how Biden's flaming red speech. So she sat there and simpered, and without saying Trump supporters, was saying all of those fascists, and it is a real problem, and we have to focus on the problem. And that, again, repeating that semi-fascists are the Republicans and not the ones pairing with social media and banks to track your activity, like if you buy a gun or not. You know, the
Yes.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
it's like it's as if the definition of fascism is, I mean, even Stalin said that fascism could be called corporatism. And that's bringing in, like I was saying earlier, with the World Economic Forum and colonialism, that does it really matter what the government is if you have all of these mega corporations who are all dancing to the same beat? If all of the mega corporations say that it ought to be one way, then in effect it's subverting, you know, everyone's going on about democracy this and democracy that. Or you know, even you know, some libertarians talk about social media companies. It's like, oh well, you know, it's not free speech because it's on their platform. That, you know, that you can't have your rights that the Constitution has given you subverted then by a corporation saying something else. And I think I'll have to look into it more, but there was just a legal decision in Texas saying that a social media company cannot subvert the free speech rights of Texans. So that's awesome.
That is awesome. But you know, it seems to me like it's too little too late. And it's like the shutting down for the pandemic, where it's kind of happened kind of slowly, and you know, oh, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Oh, well, we're just not going to let this misinformation about election stuff come, and they kind of take it away without you noticing it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, like what do we do? It's terrible.
Yeah. And with, oh, here, before I say 1 second, my mouse is all wacky. Sorry. Amy's here. Hi, Amy.
Yeah, and she said that she digs my hat and that I can wear one. It's actually not that nice out, but I ran out of time for a shower and I didn't want to show you guys my bed head. So, ta-da, my hat. I'll be honest with you guys. My life has been a shit show, and it's better, but it's still somewhat off the rails. We're getting there, though.
Anyways, back to gun registry. That's okay. No, that's what I was just going to say before. But again, if it's like, oh, well, it's not the government doing a list of people's guns and guns purchases. Oh, but if you have this, again, mega corporation, like, oh, we have this list right here. Oh, I guess you have it now.
Yeah.
That doesn't protect anybody's rights.
Yeah, no, it's seriously disturbing. And I guess that there's a reason my husband likes to use cash when he buys things.
Well, that's one of the things too that people pushing for, you know, cash-free society. It's like,
no. It's how can they track you if you're doing cash-free? Geez, there was something else I was just thinking about that was along those lines, but it's gone. Maybe it'll come back. I'll let you know if it does.
Okay. Well, no, I was just going to say with, you know, tracking, and then, you know, that we've had tracking of guns, medical tracking, huge thing that they're talking about bringing it back in some Netherlands countries. Like, oh, people want this. No, they don't. Sorry. But also the Canadians, that was a big thing with them, that it wasn't just medical freedom, but that you had to download your medical tracking app. And there is a huge campaign on the internet right now with hashtag Trudeau must go. And that's another thing, like Harris and Biden saying that people are dangerous extremists, that people are posting like, hey, you know, I'm a, you know, mom of 3 and I've been working, you know, I work in the military, I do this, I do that. And Trudeau thinks I'm a dangerous extremist. And I've seen, I don't know, tons of them just go by that it's in very quiet, very like, you know, this is the face that you know, this is the face. Notice how there's no shoe polish there, Justin. That, you know, that Trudeau thinks is the dangerous extremist, and you know how destructive that is too.
Yeah, it's I don't know. They've all let the power go to their head, and it's kind of crazy. But I mean, I ranted about it a couple weeks ago, but Hochul and all of her gun control and stuff, it's it's like the app that they have tracking Canadians with the code. Like, it sounds like they're trying to be taking care of you, and
I feel like we have a Canadian in the chat.
But you know, it's those things that masquerade as like good or helpful or different things, and that's what's scary. It's like Hochul with the guns. Oh, well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to make sure that, private property, you can't have guns on it. You have to tell people if they can have guns. You can, because it sounds like they're trying to be nice, but they're really just trying to steal your shit without you noticing.
Exactly. Anyway. And it's for the children. It's for the children. So
I love my kids. Let's take care of them.
Obviously, you want people dead if you don't do what I say is for the children.
Mm-hmm. Obviously. And that's the thing. And that might have been what I was trying to get at. But yeah, it's become black and white. Like, oh, if you don't agree, it's not just that you're a bad person. You like hate others, and you know.
Right.
Sorry, Amy's comment made me laugh. No scarier words than we're from the government. We're here to help. Exactly. True story.
And also, just to have a mini rant on what Yolanda says, you know what annoys me? And this may be off topic, but anybody, whether it's government, corporation, airline, I don't care, that are like, no, it doesn't work unless you download the app. No, you have to download the app. I have to have space on your phone. I'm like, first off, that there's no reason that you should presume that I have a phone, but there's also no reason that you should presume that you have space on my personal device that I must have in order to make it work. Back in the old days, hand you a piece of paper. No, that's not allowed anymore. That, you have to take up that I have to be the final technological end for your product to work. But anyways,
yeah. No, I went into Ulta the other day. I never go to makeup stores. I needed eyeliner. And she was like, oh, can I have your phone number? And I'm like, no. And she's like, she just looked at me. I don't think people say no. You're Ulta. I don't need you. I just wanted an eyeliner. Like, let's move on.
It's been ages since I've been in a Barnes & Noble, and they're like, what's your email address? And I'm like, dude.
Why do you need it?
Why do you need it? I'm handing you money for your product. You don't need any other information from me.
Yeah. And then, and now everything has the option of, do you want your receipt emailed? No, thank you. I will just take a paper copy and move on, because why do you need my email? I don't. Sorry.
No, yeah, in anything, people are your most valuable commodity. And now people's personal information is, again, with individual companies as well. I saw a thing, it was a while ago, but it was Amazon selling the Roomba data that from mapping the inside of your house. I'm like, okay, why would anybody need the map inside of your house? That's really bizarre.
I don't like that. I really, really don't like that. I don't know, man. What are we gonna do? I mean, and murder nets.
Right? I was just laughing at that one too. Never again.
Never again. But it's true. It's But Willie Jenny said that she thinks that people give that stuff away without thinking, and I think that's what it is. You don't, or if it's a place you go a lot, oh, well, you'll get rewards, you'll get coupons. Okay, I give Michaels my phone number every time I go in there. I don't think I've ever gotten anything from them. I don't understand what the point is, but I still do it. I think we just do it because it's what you do, so.
Right.
Amy started giving them 8675309.
Yep.
123andMe, you want your DNA. Yep.
That's crazy.
I don't do any of that stuff.
Even I've seen there's something about ancestry.com, maybe, who might be interested in buying that, and that might be also a DNA pool.
Once Amazon gets it, we're all in trouble. Exactly. Amazon owns the world, you know that. But sorry, I'm a ray of sunshine this week.
I know, it's so much fun.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right though. And yes, Amy, I do understand the reference that she said I didn't get it. I do.
The young cashiers don't get it. Yeah, well, I got news for you, Anne. You're getting up on the old side now.
I know, it's crazy.
And you know a lot of stuff that most people don't know. So I don't think that you are the bellwether for that. You're not the standard.
No, I'm definitely in the nerd angle of things.
Anne doesn't get it, does she? Of course she does. Nonsense. Sorry.
That's right. Well, I don't know that we have any other news this week unless you can think of something.
Hi, I have been in the snotty sick.
Right.
Oh, and then when they're not. I'm sorry. So I'm sitting here in the office, right? And over here is a window that is open. And I just saw something coming, so I looked, and it was my husband making this bizarro face at me like a creeper. Okay, sorry. He's fun. You'll get to meet him. You'll see how weird he is, and then more things will make sense. But do you guys have anything going on that we need to talk about? Like I said, my week has been involving fighting with a kid about putting eye drops in, fighting with the kids about taking medicine, snot. There's been so much snot in this house. Yeah, that's been my life. But, and Anne's got, I don't know what Anne's got. What's up?
No, that Amy reminds us that New Orleans has overtook St. Louis for the murder capital of America. So big round of applause.
Wow.
Carjacking is up like 210%. But
great. Well, that's something special, isn't it?
I know. It's just I just remember when Gary, Indiana used to be the highest murder rate, but
yes,
times are changing. Not sure it's actually better for Gary, but
what was that?
No, that I remember when Gary, Indiana used to be the highest murder rate per capita. So, times are changing, though I don't think things have gotten particularly better in Gary. I think it's just all rising.
Just everything else has just gotten worse, so it doesn't look so bad anymore.
Oh, it still looks bad.
Neil said that there's new BLM stuff going on in the UK because a black dude tried to run over a cop and then he got shot. And the problem with that, oh shoot, I just lost my stitch marker. So the problem with the guy trying to run over cops is that people don't teach their kids anymore about consequences, i.e., you try to run over a cop will shoot you. I teach my kids consequences. You take that toy from your sibling, they might pinch you. That's life. Move on. Like, why we gotta get mad about it? He broke the law. Whatever. I did not see. Did you see the video of the guy saying that he was offered money to make a video about January 6th?
No, but I know, as Wooly Jenny says later, is that that there's so many videos of people, news influencers using the same scripts. And I don't know about January 6th in particular, but there have been, eerily similar videos and talk about, the government is giving people money for this. That there was, I forget what it was, but it was a specific campaign for TikTok influencers to have government repeated scripts. But
that's interesting. So many videos of, yeah, yep. 2 women sexually assaulted in the line to see the Queen's coffin. Wow. Sounds like I should go hang out over there. Like, what the hell is happening in the UK, Neil?
Also, with the cop shot the guy who tried to run down cops, again, surprise, because British police aren't often armed.
Oh,
Which
How
is
did
really
that happen?
difficult. Yeah, which is really difficult when you have, high knife crime. That, if someone's attacking you with a knife and you don't have a firearm, like getting in there and stopping them is extremely difficult.
Right.
And, you're going to get bloody.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. So they do that for vaccines all the time. I don't know what that's for.
I think probably the TikTok videos.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. I'm new. It's my first day. We do have an armed division. No idea why they were there. USA will drop the jab to enter. New Zealand dropped it. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Surprising.
Mm-hmm. I think.
But yeah, I'm not sure why America is being so weird about this, but we are.
Well, it's hard to push the narrative if it's obviously wrong. So, you gotta stick to your guns.
Right.
So, well, I feel depressed now. I guess it's good that, on the whole scheme of things, hanging out with the sick, nasty people or hearing about all this crap, I think I'll hang out with the sick people, right? Yeah. Sorry I didn't have much to contribute this weekend.
That's right.
Life wasn't very lifelike this week. Very, very much so.
Well, and also, with the 2 lives in a week, check out our previous live that we did with Live from the Knitting Wars on Tuesday.
Yeah, and I also missed part of that because life. So I'd rather be miserable with you hooligans than most. Thanks, Amy. That's very kind of you. No, it's just so depressing. Like, I remember, well, it's exactly like when Obama was in office, and I just stopped watching the news because everything was just depressing. I was so sad all the time. But, hey, my knitting is happy. Look at this. See my rainbow stained glass spirals? It's turning out so pretty. The color's not very good in here, but I'll post it online for you guys. Yeah. I don't know.
See, again, I've said this before, but opposite of you in that way that, you tuned out the news during the Obama years, and I was full on for the Obama years. And that's how you got the Tea Party. So that's cool.
Yeah, well, I tuned out the Obama years because that's when my kids were really, really, really small. And I think that I was dealing with some, postpartum something. And holy moly, I couldn't take it and be the mother. I had to pick one, and the kids won. They generally do. That's life, I think. But
yeah, I saw this thing the other day. I forget who said it. I should have figured it out, but it was that it's good for a nation to have children, not just to have children, but to make adults.
Mm-hmm.
That changes your entire mindset.
Yeah. True story. When you have kids, you can't be the selfish little brat you may have been beforehand. You have to worry about other people all the time, no matter what. And it gets old, but it's good too.
Right.
Hey, Lynn. She just joined us. What up? So, are we good, Anne?
I think we're good. I think it's time to wrap it up. Just as Lynn comes in, and we can do the ending promo for Lynn. Again.
Well, before that.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Cody Schlegel, Odyssey Tale. If you're tired of every stinking book that you pick up being woke like I am, because I swear to God, I'll be reading a book, I'll be like, la, 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 this is so nice. Oh, crap, there's the agenda. Won't happen. Won't happen. Enjoy Odyssey Tale. And also, if you want to be in the cool kids club, like me and Anne, you can get the Politically Incorrect Knitters bag. The exclusive, only 3 of them in the whole wide world. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Well, liking and sharing and subscribing doesn't actually enter you, but comment and make sure other people know about it too. What up?
No, sorry, that commenting enters you into the giveaway. I'm sorry.
Yes, commenting, not the liking and sharing, but also please do that because we enjoy that.
And it helps.
It makes other people find us, and who doesn't want to be part of this club? I mean, honestly. Chicken Lady needs that bag. Well, we'll find out if you're cool enough. You'll have to enter to win.
Yes, sorry. Amy says to clarify, commenting after the video is done. Yes, once the live is ended. And
yes, because this doesn't count. Thank you for.
Right.
Yes.
Yep, live chat pops up differently. And Lynn says next week is Banned Books Week. So she has a Banned Books colorway that you can check out. And you can also subscribe to her newsletter on her website and get the first look at all of her new stuff. And again, our promo code is PIK School 20 for 20% off your orders for beautiful yarn.
Yes. Use our code, shop Lynn. Thanks for joining us.
She also has a banned book advent calendar coming up. So that's very cool. I'm excited.
It is very exciting. So excellent. I have to go plan a craft show for next Saturday. Oh, so next Saturday is going to be funny too. I don't know when it's going to go up. It might be Friday. Friday we have co-op. Next Saturday might be weird because I have a craft show and I have to be there at the crack of dawn because I'm running it. So watch for us. I don't know when we'll be up, just so y'all know. But yeah, I forgot about that. I have to go work on getting that together because the kids being sick put me a whole week off. So now we're in trouble. So thanks for joining us. And thanks for being patient while I was late. And guys, we will see you next week sometime. We'll be here, right. I promise. Bye.
You guys then. Bye.